United States. It's called out the FBI on parents that are going down and voicing their concerns to school board members. I think he's called them out on. Well, Attorney General Stein, Attorney General Merrick, I challenge you to call them out on comments like this. And I'll just leave it right here. You just take a good look at it. These are the type of messages that we're receiving in our office. Hateful messages that we're receiving from people because we're standing up against child pornography in our schools. And this is not all. This is just one of many. If we're going to attack people and going down to the school board meetings expressing their opinions about what's being forced on our children, I think we're going to take a good look at this and the other messages that we've received since this thing has broken loose. You know, somebody asked me about the definition of hate speech, and I told them I'm familiar with that. I get it all the time because of my political and religious beliefs. And this is just a small sample. I think we also have an audio of a call that someone made. And I'd be glad to play that for you. I would be more than happy to let you hear the kind of vitriol that we're getting from in this office because we're standing up against this filth being displayed in our schools. Can you play that audio?
And in America, I would love to see North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson hanging from the highest tree. Fucking nigger. Fucking nigger. If he wants to call me and tell me why I am filth, I would love it. Call me nigger.
Now, I have disagreed with people socially. I have disagreed with people politically. I have disagreed with people spiritually. But never have I ever disrespected somebody like that. That's the kind of language that we're receiving in this office from people who call us vile, hateful people. The language that I use to describe the filth that you saw in those pictures is appropriate by North Carolina standards. By the law, it's appropriate. So guys, the message I'm going to leave you with is this. We are not resigning, and not only are we not resigning, we are not going to stop until the schools in North Carolina are safe from this kind of filth. We're going to keep fighting to make sure that North Carolina schools are safe and free from this. Thank y'all very much, and we'll take a few questions.
Lieutenant Governor, you mentioned that these are examples of books that have been on display in classrooms in North Carolina. We've checked with Wake County schools, Durham County schools. They say this is not part of curriculum. It is not being taught in classrooms. There are some books that are available in libraries. Is that what you're referring to? Because you're being very clear to say that it's being taught in schools, and these districts say that it is not.
We are saying it's being presented. It doesn't matter if it's in one school, in one county. It's too much. This is too much, and it's far more than one county. And we have received reports that some of the stuff that we have mentioned has been presented in the classroom. But whether it's the classroom, the library, or teachers are just passing out in the hallway, it is unacceptable.
Lieutenant Governor Robinson,
yes.
A video today surfaced of you speaking at the Upper Room Church in Raleigh in August. You said, if there's a movement in this country that is demonic and is full of the spirit of the Antichrist, it is the transgender movement. How is that not negative about transgender people?
Look, my spiritual beliefs about transgenderism and homosexuality is completely separate from this office. And I can keep it separate from this office. And that is not the issue that we're talking about here. We are talking about this type of filth being sprayed in our classrooms and being sprayed to our children. Again, I'm going to state this to you again. My personal beliefs and spiritual beliefs about homosexuality are not pertinent. I will fight for folks' rights to be secure in their persons every day that I'm in this office. But we will not allow it to be spread to classrooms and to children.
Lieutenant,
yes.
But how can that possibly be? You don't stop being the lieutenant governor when you walk out of the door here. You are who you are no matter where you're talking.
And you were introduced with your title at church.
When I make moves to stifle people's rights in this state, no matter who they may be, then you can come and see me then. Until I make moves to stifle people's rights in this state, the way the governor stifled my right to go to church, come and see me.
Transgender communities say that they've seen violence and harassment increase in schools since your comments surfaced last week. How do you respond to that?
I'm not going to respond to that at all because that's always been the argument that whoever stands
homosexuality. I don't know where you stand on that. So I guess my question would be this. Are you
Yes.
going to call for the removal of sex education in all schools in North Carolina?
Not,
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Not biological. When we're talking about biology, I'm all for it. But when we're talking about things of this nature, whether it be heterosexual, homosexual, it doesn't matter. This type of stuff doesn't need to be displayed in our
So
schools.
if this was a man and a woman or what have you,
It would not matter if it was male, female, male, male, female, female, female. Any type of highly sexual material of this nature does not need to be spread to children.
Lieutenant Governor, you sit on the school board for the state. What are you doing to get this out of the classroom sex
That's about all I can do on the school board right now is speak against it, and we have spoken against it. And we're going to continue to speak against it no matter who says anything about it.
Lieutenant Governor.
I'll take one more question. Yes, sir.
Hi, Brian Anderson with the AP. I had a couple of questions for you. Just with regard to some of you pointed that people pointed this one comment, but you can look back to 2016. You criticized a National Geographic magazine. In 2017, you wrote, "You cannot love God and support the homosexual agenda." You accused parents of having mentally raped their transgender children. I guess what I'm asking is, do you stand by all of these comments? And how can a member of the LGBTQ community have faith in your ability to govern, given this isn't just one comment, this is a pattern of comments?
Okay, here it is. Again, I think I answered this question when I talked to this young lady. When I violate your rights as lieutenant governor, like the governor of this state violated our rights when he told us we could not go to church, then come and see me. Julian Facebook post. I don't want to talk about Facebook posts right now because I can go back and I can see where some members of our at the federal level have encouraged actual violence against people. So let's just drop the whole Facebook thing and let's talk about the subject matter at hand. There are people in this state in their official capacity as caretakers of our children who have introduced this. Let's keep it on point here.
is this filth or is this filth because it's in the schools?
This, to me personally, this is filth. It makes it doubly filthy when you present it to children.
Because it's two men and not a man and a woman.
Because it's highly sexual material that's inappropriate for me, and it's inappropriate for any child.
Personally, do you have any beef with the LGBT community? I know you mentioned differences in spirituality.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I wanted to get your response to Representative Marsha Mori today. She said, just like the N-word is abhorrent, so is calling transgenderism and homosexuality filth.
Again, we didn't call transgenderism filth. We called this filth. End of statement. Not going to say it again. Guys, thank y'all very much for coming. We appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor.